Hello, citizens. Hello, citizens. I just want to talk a few things about the VAR from yesterday in the Arsenal and City game. Of course, City won 2-1, and it was a game of big moments, and it's a game where a lot of people think VAR let the game down, and perhaps it did. I'm not necessarily thinking it's down to refereeing mistakes or the refereeing isn't up to standard in the league. I just think the technology is not being used correctly. And for me, there's two big things that need to change. First off, everyone's talking about consistency this, consistency that. The problem is football's all down to opinion. Now we've got the technology to watch replays and watch footage back, but that doesn't change someone's opinion necessarily. We look at the Edison foul or tackle on Odegaard, however you want to look at it. Did he get the ball? Did he not get the ball? Even after watching it several times, different angles on different platforms, I'm still not really sure what happened. A lot of people are saying he didn't get the ball. Some are saying he did get the ball. And others have said that Odegaard stamped on Edison, which I think might even be the case. And I think that's what the fourth official or the VAR official actually saw, was that Odegaard stamped on Edison. But another thing that comes into play there is that at the beginning of the season, the referees mentioned it's not just enough to go down in the box to earn a penalty. And a lot of people are ignoring that fact. Now you have to be in an opportunity to have the ball, to score goals. So Odegaard was running at Edison. He was going wide. He was about to knock the ball out of play anyway, so he wasn't going anywhere when Edison put in the tackle. So I think VAR might have seen that as well. Now, we'll never know for sure what he saw because they're not going to come out and tell us. And if they do, it's probably going to be a lie or whatever anyway. And that brings me on to my first point that I want to mention, is that the VAR officials should be mic'd up to at least the television crew. So anyone watching on the TV, they should be able to hear the referee talking to the VAR official. Now, in the game against Arsenal, I don't know if you know this, but the commentators are actually linked in to what they're talking about. So the commentators know what the referee is saying and the VAR official is saying back to the referee. Therefore, they already know if it's going to be checked or not checked. And if the check's been finished, that's why they always come out early and say, oh, well, VAR checked and there's no foul there. And I think there's no reason to not let anyone watching at home know what the referee is saying either. They do it in other sports. They do it in rugby. We even have the cricket. We have the stump mics, or, the mics on the stumps. And I think it's about time football did that. It's not going to ruin the integrity of the sport. It's not going to upset anyone in the stadium, because a lot of the reasons they don't show, replays in the ground, like bookings, sendings off, that sort of thing, is so they don't rile the crowd up. But you can't rile the crowd up if they're at home. So why can we not hear the referees when we're watching on Sky or on BT or on Amazon? Change it. It's an easy fix. Then everyone is linked in to knowing what is going on. It's about time football did this. And, it's not going to hurt anyone in the stadium anyway. And it's not going to cause any drama at the stadium. No one's going to rush onto the pitch just because someone, heard it on the television what happened. So change that. That's the first thing I want to point out. The second thing I want to say is that in the stadium, things need to change as well. Now, I go to the football games, and we've all been there. When you're watching it, the referee's watching it on his little screen, but they're not showing it in the stadium on the screen. And that is infuriating. Not knowing what's going on at the stadium is a big problem, especially when you paid all the money. When you think to yourself, I spent this money, and I don't know what's happening half the time. There's 6-7 minutes spent where the referee and the VAR official trying to get to the decision, and we still don't know what's going on until the referee does this little box with his hands or something. Not good enough. I'm not saying link up what the referee's saying to the big screen or anything like that. I think it would make a big change, but at least show us the replay. At least tell us what's going on, and quicker as well. Too many times as well where the game's already restarted until on the screen it says VAR, VAR check, no penalty or whatever, and the game's already back underway. It's not good enough. The fans deserve to know what's going on. That's why we get a lot of booing, a lot of hate, And again, it just helps the referee. Yeah, okay, you can say that the referee's going to get more stick if a decision goes wrong, but at least everyone's in on it, and everyone's going to have their own opinion. And that's what football's all about at the end of the day, opinion. So stop protecting the referees, stop defending them, and give them a platform to express themselves, and let everyone know exactly what they're thinking and why they gave the decision. It would go a long, long way to clearing things up, And like I said, football is all about opinions. It's all about, everyone having their own view of things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but at least give us a chance instead of just walking on the stadium, not knowing what's going on, and just infuriate. You know, it's about time we stop hating on the referees and stop hating on VAR, because the technology can be used better and it can be communicated better, and that is what 2022 should aim for. They should aim for better use of the technology that other sports already use and already do correctly. Come on, football, you're lagging behind. That's it. I just wanted to make a few points on the VAR thing. And then on the game yesterday, on the Arsenal and City game, what I'm going to say is I think the decisions are generally correct. I don't think it was a penalty from Edison. I've looked at it back, and I do think Odegaard actually steps on Edison's leg. You know, and a few angles will tell you different things. One angle will tell you Edison got the ball. Another one will say he kicked Odegaard. The other one will say Odegaard steps on Edison. And another thing is that, again, what I went back to is that they want, it's not enough to just go down. I do think Odegaard was running out play with the ball. I don't think he intended to shoot or cross. And I think that goes into the mind of the referees as well. As for Gabriel getting sent off, it was a clear yellow. You can't just block a man off like that. His first yellow's for dissent. The second was blocking Jesus off, who turned him nicely. So sending off. Bernardo's penalty, I think it was a penalty. A lot of people saying he's already going down from the shirt pull. It doesn't matter. For me, Xhaka tripped him, and then he pulled him. There's 2 fouls in that. There's 2 fouls. So, yeah, it's a penalty. And obviously, Bernardo was running a goal. He could have got a shot away, could have got a cross. He done Xhaka. It was poor defending from Xhaka at the end of the day. And I think that was the penalty. But all of that could have been communicated better, or could have been done better. So, yeah. And I heard from Pep's interview as well that Arsenal didn't show the Odegaard foul or Edison foul on Odegaard at the beginning, but they showed the Bernardo one. So, obviously, Arsenal are trying to rile the fans up that way too. So, it is what it is. But for me, you got decisions right. The result, City were fortunate, but that's football. 3 points is 3 points. Thanks for watching. And if you could hit the like and subscribe button, please do that. It would help me massively. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. And let me know what you thought of the decisions in the comments. See you again.